Right, what's up guys? It's going to be my Hunter PvP guide. I'm just going to be going over talents, glyphs, basic rotation and pets. I can imagine there's going to be quite a few new hunters about with this boost to 90 thing going on. And if you have just boosted your hunter to 90 or just leveled him and you don't really know much of what's going on with him, I'm hoping this guide will help you out. So I'm going to jump straight into it. Your first talent, you want to be going with either narrow escape or post haste. Being a hunter, obviously kiting is really important, so having a web every time you disengage is a really good thing. A lot of classes can get out of routes or it can be dispelled, but even so you get what, 1 second, 2 second if it does, so it still gives you a bit of space, still a good thing to have. If also if you're in with a healer and he's taking a lot of damage, you can use it to peel. Or there's another hunter and they call Stampede, disengage, all his pets are rooted, takes a bit of pressure off you. Post haste, once again being a kiting class, having a speed increase after you disengage is a good thing. But it's also good if you're trying to kill someone and they're running away from you or running around a pillar trying to hide from you, you can use it to catch up with them. Or if you're taking a lot of damage and you need to run away or run around the pillar, you can use it for that too. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera, where it would be nice to have a disengage every 10 seconds. It is just a disengage, you don't get the web like you do in narrow escape or speed increase like you do with post haste, so in my opinion it's not really worth it. So yeah, you want to be going with narrow escape or post haste. Level 30, you want to be using binding shot for BGs. I mean, in BGs there's a lot of shit going down, so if you use, let's say, Weapon Sting and someone hits that target with AoE damage or just attacks them, it breaks them straight out of that CC, so it's not really worth using. So that's why you use binding shot. Also, if you're taking a lot of damage from a lot of people, smash it in the ground, stuns all the targets. It's a good thing for survivability, get you some space. But Weapon Sting is what you want to be using in arena. I'm assuming most of the time you'd have communications in arena with whoever you're playing with, because like I said, if you do use it and they take damage, they do break out of it, but if they know not to attack them when you use it, it does last for a long time, so it's really good to use. Intimidation, it's a longer cooldown than the other two, it's only a 3-second stun. Once again, in my opinion, I don't really think it's worth it, not when these two are on a 45-second cooldown, and if they're not attacked, Weapon Sting lasts for a long time and binding shot stuns multiple targets. So yeah, binding shot for BGs, Weapon Sting for arena. Level 45, it's pretty simple. Aspect of the Iron Hawk if you have a healer, Spirit Bond if you don't have a healer. Spirit Bond heals you pretty well. Heals you, well, regenerates 3% of your total health every 2 seconds. Was pretty good, but you don't need the heals if you've got a healer with you, so that's why you need the damage reduction that aspect of the Iron Hawk gives you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Aspect of the Iron Hawk if you have a healer, Spirit Bond if you don't have a healer. Level 60. Forget these two, go straight for Thrill of the Hunt, definitely. Thrill of the Hunt is super important. Arcane Shot is something you use a lot, obviously being a hunter, but you'll be trying not to use it that often unless Thrill of the Hunt is up, because it costs a lot of focus. There will be occasions when you have no choice, Thrill of the Hunt's not up and you've got nothing else to use, so you have to use it, but most of the time you will be using it when Thrill of the Hunt's up. So yeah, definitely Thrill of the Hunt for level 60. 75, Lynx Rush, forget it, there's no point in it really. Murder of Crows and Blink Strikes are one that people tend to use most often. Murder of Crows I don't like, cost a lot of focus, I don't feel like it does a lot. It's meant to do a lot of damage, but I don't feel like it does a lot of damage. I just find it is more irritating than anything. It does go through defenses though, what's a good thing. But I go with Blink Strike. I think Blink Strike's good. Your pet's basic attacks deal a 50% increased damage, can now be used from 30 yards away, and will instantly teleport them behind their target. So that's what I go with. I think it's really good. Level 90. Barrage looks good, but it's shit. Don't bother with it. Power Shot is fun, but it's nothing more than fun. I wouldn't use it in serious games or in arena. Glaive Toss is what you want to use. It's got a short cooldown, costs 15 focus, does a good amount of damage, also slows the target. So it's yeah, it's really good. So basically, this is what you want to use. Obviously, aspect of the Iron Hawk if you've got healer, and Weapon Sting if you're in arena. So moving on to glyphs. These are the glyphs I use pretty much all the time. Actually, it isn't the glyphs I use pretty much all the time. This is the glyphs I use pretty much all the time. I use Glyph of Animal Bond. While your pet is active, all healing done to you and your pet is increased by 10%. It's really good to have. If you're using Spirit Bond, obviously it increases the healing, so that's good. Glyph of Solace. Your Freezing Trap and Scatter Shot also remove all damage over time effects from their target. This is really good. I mean, if you've got dots on you, it's nice to know you can remove them. Then there's Glyph of Explosive Trap. Your Explosive Trap no longer deals damage, instead knocking enemies back from the trap when it explodes. This is really fun to use in Eye of the Storm. You can knock people off the edge, but I also find it really good to use when I haven't really got anything left to get away from, like a hunter or a DK. I just smash one of them at my feet, they stand on it, blows them back, gives me a bit of space from them. What's nice. And then there's your minor glyphs. The only one I find really important is Glyph of Revive Pet. Reduces the pushback suffered from damaging attacks while casting Revive Pet by 100%. That's good to use. The other two, you can just have whatever you want really for that. Other glyphs to use are Glyph of Camouflage. Glyph of Camouflage is good if you're, let's say you're with a rogue and you want to be all stealthy. You can use that. You can move basically with Glyph of Camouflage while in stealth and not be seen. You only move at 50% movement speed, but still you can move. I used it quite a lot, like in BGs when I'm defending bases. It's a good thing to use. Glyph of Liberation is decent. When you disengage, you are healed for 5% of your total health. So nice, and that extra heal. And there's Glyph of Mirrored Blades. When you're attacked by a spell, basically it reflects that spell back to them and hits them. But it doesn't hit them for what it would hit you for. It doesn't hit them hard at all, so I don't really like using it. But, you know, people do like using it. But yeah, this is what I use most of the time. This is what I find is the best setup. Okay, so going on to rotation. Pretty much start with Widow Venom, a venomous shot that reduces the effectiveness of any heal taken to by their target for 30 seconds. So start with that. Use Chimera Shot, Glaive Toss on cooldown, Arcane Shot when Thriller the Hunter. 2 steady shots in a row. Gives you steady focus. Ranged attack speed increased by 15%. Steady. Oh, it's gone. There it is. Steady shot focus regenerates an additional 3. So yeah, that's so you want to, yeah, when you do regenerate, you want to be using 2 of them in a row. And when you use a certain amount of steady shots, apparently I have to use a fuckload. There you go. You get an instant aim shot that costs no focus, and obviously it's instant. What's really nice, because you don't really want to be using aim shot at all, because you have to stand still and it takes nearly 2 seconds, and that's not good for a hunter, standing still and casting like a predator. And that's pretty much it, apart from concussive shot on a 5-second cooldown. Dazes the target, slower movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. It's on a 5-second cooldown, so you can use that quite a lot. It's good for kiting. So yeah, I want to be going with Widow Venom, Chimera Shot, and then when Glaive tosses off cooldown, use that. Arcane Shot when Thriller the Hunter's up. 2 steady shots. Get steady focus, and then aim shot when you get it for free. Let's see, you will have, well, you should have a 1-shot macro. So when you burst, you can use that, and you can use Stampede. Apparently my pets aren't attacking, so there you go. So yeah, with your 1-shot macro. With MM Hunter, you get, there you go, you gain 12 focus every 3 seconds while under the effect of rapid fire. That's a good thing to have, so you regenerate a lot more focus. So when you do burst, obviously you get a lot of attacks off all at once. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll be doing another video with macros and stuff in pretty soon. I'll be going over that another time though. So, moving on to pets. With pets, what the fuck are you doing? With pets, the one that I see people using mostly is a wolf. The reason for this is pet abilities are pretty important. People don't really, well, some people don't pay that much attention to them, but still, a wolf lets out a furious howl, increasing critical strike chance of all party and raid members by 5%. Being marksmanship hunter or survival hunter, your main stat is crit chance, so this is really nice to have. And you also get Heart of the Phoenix. When used, your pet will miraculously return to life with full health. That's nice. If your pet gets killed, boom, hit that, straight back to life with full health without reviving. It's a nice thing to have. It's on like a 10-minute cooldown, but still, it's a good thing to have. But yeah, the 5% crit is obviously, with crit being your main stat, if he increases your main stat, that's the reason why you want to use him. Other pets to use. There's a bird. A bird is good because of Snatch. It's a 8-second disarm. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. Unselect it so it doesn't automatically do it. Set up a macro. Like I said, I'll be doing a macro video soon, so if you check that out, you'll get all the macros I use. And you can use it whenever you want. Fighting a hunter or a warrior and they're attacking you and you're like, shit, I need something. Your pet's on him, boom, disarm. 8 seconds. It's an extra thing to have, it's nice. You also get Roar of Sacrifice. Protects a friendly target from critical strikes, making attacks against that target unable to be critical striked. Lasts for 12 seconds. 20% of the damage gets put on your pet, but still, you get 12 seconds of not being able to be critical striked on, so that's a good thing to have. Again, I put that in a macro, and I use it when, let's say, like a mage is bursting me or a rogue's opening on me. You can just hit it. It's on a 1-minute cooldown, 12 seconds of no critical strikes, nice for survivability. And then dismiss this pet. Another pet that's good is a monkey. Okay, so with a monkey, if you like, say you're up against like a mage or a warlock, a shadow priest or something, having a disarm isn't that great. So bad mana is an ability that a monkey does. It hurls a handful of something special at the target, blinding them for 4 seconds. Rude. Basically throws his shit in their face, blinds them for 4 seconds, so it's another good thing to have. Unlike the disarm, it's not on a 1-minute cooldown, it's on a 2-minute cooldown, but still it's a nice thing to have. And you also get raw sacrifice as well, again, so the critical strike thing going on. You can also use a crane. A lot of people use them. You get the sleep with the crane, but again, I think it's only for 4 seconds as well, and it's on a 2-minute cooldown too. So if you're, say, using Weather and Sting, that's a sleep. So instead of having 2 sleeps, I have a monkey for the blind, even if he is annoying and noisy. But still, you know, that's it's nice having that blind. But yeah, that's about it really for pets. People do use spider. You get the web every 40 seconds. What's nice, see, someone using a spider now. But I think that the disarm is better, and the blind is for spellcasters is a good thing, and obviously the 5% crit from a wolf is better. I think they're the 3 most important pets. So yeah, this has been my guide. I hope it's been helpful to any of you new hunters. If there's anything that I missed or anything that I haven't mentioned that's quite important, I mean, comment below. I like finding out new stuff, and anything to make me a better hunter is obviously good. But yeah, also subscribe and like, and thanks for watching.